Hello, and welcome to another episode of Cooking with Mom Evans. Today we're going to make salmon patty and a tossed salad for dinner. So what we're going to need is several cans of pink salmon. If it's a family of 2, you can use 1 can. Family of 4 to 6, maybe 2 cans. I'm going to be using 3 cans today. We're going to need onion. Those are going to be diced. We will need eggs. I would say 1 egg per can. I'm going to be using some saltine crackers. All-purpose flour. And that's going to be used to try to make the patties not stick so much to my hand. We're going to season with black pepper, and we're going to season with Old Bay seasoning. And I like working with several bowls because in one bowl we're going to drain the juice from the salmon, and then the other bowl I use to separate and take out the bones. So now I'm going to dump my can into this bowl. It's kind of hard to get out there. And I actually take the can and hold it because I'm going to be putting back in the skin and bones as I throw it away. If you don't want smell of the fish on your hand, you can always stick on my food. I don't want to taste any skin. Some people say I'm playing with my food, but I'm just picky that way. I don't like to see any of that skin on it. And then I put the meat in this bowl that I'm going to be using to mix the rest of it. See, it's skin all through here. And this also help you get to where you want and getting rid of the skin. See, take all of that skin off. I don't even like the brown part of this meat. As you open it, somewhere in here is going to be the bones, and there we are. We want to get rid of this bone that is in there. See the bone? Want to take that out. Unless you like to chew the bone, then you can keep it in there, but I don't. And of course, the opposite side, I am taking off the skin. I scrape all of that off. No skin. And I'm going to do that for 3 cans of this. So I'm going to turn off the camera in a minute and scrape these, and then I'll be back to show you the next step of adding the other ingredients. Okay, I have now all of the salmon patties, the salmon drained, flaked, which I'm doing now. I've pulled all the skin off, all the bones. Just kind of break it apart a little. Okay. I used 1 large onion because I have 4 cans of patties of salmon meat in here. Okay. If you're an onion person and you like to taste onion, add some scallions in here to give it a nice different taste, and it still would be great. Okay. My eggs. It is 4 cans of salmon in here, but I'm still only going to use 3 eggs. Okay. Now you can actually put the eggs in another bowl and blend them and then add it in, but I'm just going to add them in this way. I'm still crying from the onions. Mix it up in there. Probably could have got a larger bowl. Might have made my life a little bit easier. And after we get the eggs mixed up, I'm going to say season to your desired taste of black pepper and the Old Bay seasoning. Now I want to caution you on the Old Bay seasoning. I just sprinkle because I've done it so long I know how much. So sprinkle a little at a time. Old Bay seasoning have some of the ingredients in this is celery, salt, celery seed, mustard, red pepper, black pepper, bay, clover, allspice, ginger, mace, cardamom, whatever that is, I have no idea, cinnamon, and paprika. But what I want to point out was the fact that it has 160 milligrams of sodium. So, as I told you, I don't usually add salt to anything because I believe that it already has salt in the mixtures themselves, especially seasoning. And sometimes when you're using canned goods, it has salt. Of course, salt is also in frozen good as well. But I look at the amount of milligrams. And since this already has some salt, I won't be adding salt. I'm sprinkling the black pepper I told you. And I'm heavy-handed with black pepper. I love pepper. As you can see. Okay. And then I'm just going to start sprinkling the Old Bay seasoning. So, then we're going to mix that up. If you prefer to mix it up with your hand, please do. Your option. And of course, you know if you're working with fish, you can always squeeze some lemon juice on your hand before you wash them, and it'll help get the smell of the fish off your hands. Okay. As a matter of fact, we might sprinkle just a little bit of lemon juice in here. That'll help give you a little bit more of the salt taste. So, be right back. Which is just right here in it. And I actually did have to go ahead and as I formed the patty, I did dab them in some flour to help the top to be crispy and so the patties wouldn't stick to my hand too much. Okay, so back over to the salad.